Like to introduce Dr. Alexander G. Alemis. He's a dentist, and he's the founder of the Family Dental Care offices throughout Chicago. Dr. Alemis, thanks for being with us this morning.
Thank you, Steve.
Dr. Alemis, could you please tell us about the picture of the Acropolis rock to your left? How did it come about, and what exactly did you see in this picture?
Well, this picture I got from the terrace of a hotel while I was having brunch at my last trip to Greece, and I gave a seminar downtown Athens. As I was having brunch, I looked across and saw the Acropolis, and I said, wow, look at that face. And this was the face that I saw. And I took a bunch of pictures. As you can see here, you can add, that really startled me. And I told my colleagues in Greece, I said, hey, have you ever seen this before? And they said no, which really shocked me. So I took more pictures. And here's the picture that you wrote a story about in the National Herald. And thank you for doing that. So the picture here very clearly depicts an old man, a wise old man, if I may add, and then it's got a beard, it's got hair going down, and it's very, very clear that it's not an accident. And this is a picture that I took. When I analyzed the picture as I had it in my hand afterwards and asked if you developed this picture, we can see another face here, another face here, and then here's a strange one. I don't know if you can zoom in on this, but
I can zoom in on a doctor, but how would nobody have seen this for 2,500 years? I mean, what are your overall thoughts on that image?
Well, I will get to that in just a second, but here's this image here. This does not look, it looks like a face, but it's not a real face. You have three nostrils that are round in here, 1, 2, 3. And if you look closer and see how it sticks out here, it's like a mask of an astronaut. I know I'm stretching it, but I'm just saying what I see. So here are the two eyes, and from the ancient mythology, we know about the Argonauts who went and got Jason, and they went and got the golden hide. Well, look what this guy's got on top of his head. He's got one eye, two eyes, and a nose. That looks like a hide of possibly a fox, and it's not a lamb, but it's a fox on top of this Argonauts or astronauts head. I don't have any more data. You asked me a question why people have not seen it all these years. I think a lot of people have seen it, but unless in our society today, unless someone, some university or some professor somewhere or some organization publishes a paper, they defend it, people tend not to believe what's there. But this is what a picture I took, and it's very clear. Anybody can go and see it. I asked some friends in Greece who are archaeologists, and they were startled of this picture. They were not aware that this existed. They were not aware why nobody published anything on it. Again, I think it's just because of our society. We tend to believe something that came from a university. The other reason is that people are not talking about this particular thing is because they would have a hard time to defend it. What technology did the ancient Greeks have to put this faces on the rocks? That opens a can of worms for modern day archaeologists. My theory on this is that this was like the Acropolis rock was like Mount Rushmore in the U.S. I think there were other faces here all around the rock, and somehow they were destroyed. I do not know when they were put there, what was there, but I'm going back to Greece to give another presentation on my books. As you know, my passion is politics and economics. I'll commission an archaeologist to get more data on how this came about. I do have some data. We'll do another video and we'll cover all the data that I get from the archaeologists. But these are very startling pictures. How do you carve these things on the rock 3,000 years ago. So 2,500 or 3,000 years ago. So that's where we're at with that. More to come.
Well, Dr. Alemis, we appreciate that, and I know we can find out more about this image on Dr. Alemis, ALEMIS.com, and if it's okay, I'd like to post that follow-up interview after you commission the archaeologist on the same website.
I'd love to do it, and also I'd like to say to whoever's watching this video, any information you have, please bring forth and send me something to my site. What is the best place to send it to? Dr. Alemis.com?
Yes, all that information can be found on dralemis.com, and we certainly want to thank...
And they can respond to me at dralemis.com.
They sure can. I would also like to thank the National Herald for recognizing the photo with that article, and also the United States Copyright Office for issuing your certificate of registration.
Thanks to you.
And I heard you say that about politics and economics, and I certainly know you're passionate about that. I want to remind your viewers that you can find Dr. Alemis's books at Amazon. Just search Dr. Alexander Alemis books, and I know from a personal perspective, I'd say they're the best books ever written on those subjects. So
thank you, Steve.
Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. I tend to agree with you, although I'm modest. Thank you. Bye.